In this next video here, we're going to be discussing about the sidebars, the one on that side and the one on that side. So you're going to handle this with widgets. That's the way the WordPress content management handles content in the sidebars, and also as well as the footers, sometimes the headers, but not in this particular theme. So we're going to learn about sidebars and how to add content to them. Now you can add different content in your sidebars, whether it be an image or Rss feeds and so on and so forth. And so we're going to discuss that now. Okay, so we see that on our left-hand widget here, our secondary widget, our sidebar, we have clientele, pay invoices. We got an image here, some social media icons. Let me refresh this. I took this pages out so I could show you how to put pages in there. And then we have an image over here, legal updates, and then of course we've got our categories under legal updates. So if we go back to our dashboard here, go over to appearance, and we're going to go to the widgets section. Now here's your header widgets. Now this one is inactive, but headers really don't apply that much in this theme. Where we have widgets or code per se is if you need to email Josh or Ari, you can click on either one of these graphics and email them. But we're going to concentrate totally on these sidebar widgets and then possibly the footer to put content in there. So let's look at this clientele. This is the secondary widget, secondary sidebar actually. And so we see here there's text that's called clientele, and there's a link to pay invoices, and we see that right here. So, and then the next widget, we'll go ahead and close that, is an image widget, and it's the shaking hands. If you wanted to change that, you would just click select image and change that. And we'll go ahead and add an image maybe when we get over to the other sidebar. And here's your social icons. It's another plugin. All these are generated through plugins, and you want to be very careful on how you use plugins, because anybody can make these plugins. I have made them for WordPress and other things, so for some of my clients. And the deal is that anybody can make a plugin, and you need to learn how to trust a plugin. And I'll have a tutorial on that in the future on how to choose a good plugin. But these ones here have all been tried and tested and are good for you to use. And so let's go over and to the primary sidebar, which is the sidebar on the right. And we see that we have real estate law and legal updates. And we'll see that here. Here's the real estate law graphic and the legal updates. And we see that we have a title, legal updates, and we're showing the post counts on them. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to insert an image underneath categories. And we got this nice little image widget here, and we'll go ahead and slide that right on in there, and we'll click select an image, and maybe we'll grab this picture of Ari or Josh. Let's grab this picture of Josh and insert it into the widget. Now we see that the picture is really big, so we don't want it to look disproportionate in our theme. So we want to take this and maybe make it a thumbnail. Okay. And you can also give it a link. Let's say that we wanted to link this image to Josh's page. And so what we would do is we would go over here under attorneys and hit Josh's page and grab this link up here, select copy, go back to our widget and link that in there. And we want it to stay in the same window. We don't want them to have a user to have a bunch of windows open of the same website. But if you did, like for any chance, want people to stay on your website, but you're going to direct them to another site, maybe you would use open new window. So we're going to have them stay in the window, have it be a thumbnail. We're not going to align this. We're just going to keep it as none because there's not much space anyway. And we'll go ahead and click Save. And we'll go ahead and close the widget and go back to the, let's go back to the home page. And we should see Josh's picture down here as a thumbnail, and we can. And we notice that if we click on the image, that it's going to take us to Josh's page. So, and then here we are. So that's one way to use a widget. There's virtually a lot of ways that you can use them, but that's just one. So if you wanted to put images in your sidebars, you can do that. You can play around and experiment. You can drag and drop any of these into the sidebars and just to see what they do. and you can always delete them or remove them. And another thing that you can do, which is real handy for WordPress, let's say that you don't know if you want this widget in there, but you don't necessarily want to delete it, but you might want to see what it looks like without it. You could take this, drag it, and scroll down on the page, and where it says inactive widgets, you could store it over here until you decide what you want to do. Okay? Another good widget to have in your sidebars is a search widget. So we're going to go ahead and drag this search over here, and you know what? Let's put it, let's put it in the primary sidebar anyway. Go ahead and drag it, and we're going to put it on top, and that way people can come to our websites and search for whatever they want there. And we'll go ahead and click Save. We'll go ahead back to the home page, and we should see that widget appear on the top over here, and it does. So maybe we'll type in something like legal. Somebody will type in legal, and then they'll click search. And they'll get a search display, and we see what we have that keyword legal in Josh's page as well as the home page. So then they can click on those pages correspondingly and take them straight to the page that they're searching for, whatever subject they're searching for. So that's a really handy dandy widget. So we'll go ahead and delete that. And then I'll go ahead and go down here and grab that image widget that we had and put it back where it was. And whenever you drag when you drag widgets around, a lot of times you don't have to save. And if you're unsure, just drag it in there, refresh the page, and you should see the results of your work there. So once again, this primary sidebar is the sidebar on the right. The secondary sidebar is the one on the left. Now we have footer widgets here, and we can see that we have something in there. It's called attorney advertising, and we have a copyright symbol as well as 2012 Thunderstruck Law. And then, so we can see that down here, attorney advertising, Thunderstruck Law. Now this particular part of the footer here is always going to be there. That's part of the, we call that being hardwired in the theme. You don't really change that. You could contact me if you want to see anything different down there. Now footer 2, if you want to see what's in footer 2, you could, another good thing to do, this text, or if you just want to enter some of your own HTML, we'll put in what is this, or where is this located? Where is this located? Where? And we'll go ahead and hit save. Go to the website, hit refresh, and if we scroll to the bottom, we see that it's located right underneath attorney advertising, and there's the title, and that is the content of the widget. So, and then if you want to see, we could go ahead and close this out, open up footer 3. Maybe we want to see where it is in footer 3. We just drag and drop that, and it'll save. We'll go ahead and refresh the home page. We'll see where that is located, and we see that that's located over toward the right a little bit more. So we have a widget that's a little bit further toward the left, a widget that's a little bit further toward the right. So a lot of times maybe you want to put your associations down here. You can also use these, the image widget, you know, if you would like to put your associations in there. Let's go ahead and put that Thunderstruck Law graphic in there. And we'll make it be a thumbnail. Hit save, no alignment, and then refresh. And we can see that the graphic is there, but it's not wide enough to display the entire graphic. So that's probably, it's just not applicable in this theme, because the structure and the sizes. So you'll have to make sure that you know that what you have there, whenever you insert an image, that it's the right size for your footer or sidebars, whatever you're going to do. Another really cool widget that we talked about is this RSS feed, and it's a great way to get good content into your website. Let's say that you have some partners or associations that you want to display their posts or whatever on your web page, and you want to include it as part of your website content. We'll put it in the primary sidebar here. And we'll go ahead and grab this RSS feed and we'll put it on the bottom here. Now we would enter the URL for the RSS feed, and we'll just use mine for now. /feed, and then we'll say A1 website pro, and then we'll display the item content. And let's say that we only want to display maybe my last 2 posts that were from my website. Maybe you want to display the author information if it's available and the date. Well, you would click Save there, and you would close that, and you go to your website, and once again we'll click on the home page. Scroll down here, and we see that we have my latest post that I have on my website at a1websitepro.com. So you might have associations or people that you would like to include in your website, and that's a good way to do it, an RSS feed. And you never have to tend to this or anything. It will automatically update as the people update their websites. So we'll go ahead and delete that. And what I could say is the plugins for widgets are virtually limitless. There's thousands of them out there. And what you would want to do is test them out, make sure that you know they're good plugins from reputable sources before you go installing it into your blog. I have a test blog that you could test these things out on before you actually install it onto your website if you're unsure about the plugin. Alright, so this has been a little tutorial on widgets and how they work and how to insert content in them. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. I'd be happy to answer any questions.